that is Friday Maureen, said that Turkana has its own county council. They can use their resources to make Turkana great. And that means this is a collective effort. So counties need to develop their areas to avoid the strain on Nairobi city. And Brother Steve said consistency is the hallmark of transformation, because it doesn't happen in a day. The Kenyatta Avenue Viaduct construction.
Shifting news. Explore, feel,
For
shift.
pedestrians, if you find yourself, there is a good, well cabro done pedestrian walkway on the other side. This side is just dust. So you should brace for dust, maybe for weeks and months. And this one is now fully closed and now serves as a construction site. So we had one of our supporters that is this name is so unique, Beyond the Bruises, said I just don't know why they keep on installing metal made dustbins. They can do heavy plastic bins. And for sure we decided to do a visit along the Kencom area. And for sure they are installing some plastic dustbins, and as we saw from one of the posts of Mosiria, say that they are doing the plastic so that the people do not find value. There has been vandalism on the other ones, the metal ones. I think people are trying to find scrap metal, and that has not gone well with the administration. So they are trying to install the plastic ones to ensure people do not find value. So now this is the situation along the Kenyatta Avenue Viaduct construction. For pedestrians, if you find yourself, there is a good, well cabro done pedestrian walkway on the other side. This side is just dust. I think they didn't spray water here. That's why there is a lot of dust, and still there is more construction still ongoing. But right now traffic has been diverted. This is Nyerere Road. You can see how people now have to survive on this other side. So that's why we are saying if you can use the other side, the better. Then on the other comments, there is one comment that caught my eye. That is from Gregory Onyango, who said, but at least when you are doing Mwihoko tour, but at least for the first time I've seen you eating. Oh, second time actually, after the Ngong Road, Kibandaski. Always thought you are a robot. We are not robots. By the way, that's the experience now we need to be bringing forward, especially when we are doing these tours, and hope more and more will be coming. Then Kariuki said, I loved ndengu and chapati, and that was my lunch when I worked at Westlands back in the 90s. Things never change much in Kenya. That's interesting. That is historical facts where we can trace at least people have some history, and it never fades away. And then Kariuki also said in another comment, as mentioned, there is urgent need for outskirts towns like Mwihoko to have light industries like food processing, detergent and cleaners for the prosperity of Nairobi. Now this area has been fully enclosed, meaning that traffic is being diverted to this other side. So there is a recommendation to set the light industries, and hope we have the administration who are listening and also reading. Then there is a question we asked on one of our videos about relocation of the capital city, maybe to Turkana, and we had one comment, that is Friday Morin said that Turkana has its own county council. They can use their resources to make Turkana great, and that means this is a collective effort. So counties need to develop their areas to avoid the strain on Nairobi city. And Brother Steve said consistency is the hallmark of transformation, because it doesn't happen in a day. That is very true. So if we wake up today, we talk much about transformation, then we stop, that becomes a zero mileage. So the only thing that can help us is making sure that you are consistent. Let other counties and other places develop such that you don't have the strain on the resources within Nairobi, which calls for collective effort to make sure that all these areas develop. Then we also had Lena Lidaka, who said people should also take part in keeping the city clean. Well, collective effort. If the administration does something, also let the other people do their part. So especially when we have dustbins and people are just littering anyhow, that it calls for a question, who are we? And when you go in our homes, by the way, a lot of us do not want that in our homes. You can see here there is traffic developing slowly by slowly. Maybe we never know how these constructions, but many say that we have to brace for this, for good and better times ahead. And also that calls for the question where we ask, you know, is traffic snarl-ups a global issue or just for the case of Kenya. You know, sometimes we may be just banishing Nairobi, or traffic in Nairobi, traffic. It also seems that Nairobi is the only affected region. But let's see, let's type on the browser. Maybe we can search and see if this is a global issue. So for now, brace for a ride to Kabiria and enjoy the route as we show you Kabiria, which is one of the outskirts and or a satellite settlement area away from Nairobi city, almost 12.5 kilometers away from the CBD. Enjoy till the end, like the video, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell.
Shifting news. Explore, feel, shift.